let me address the three nominees. Ambassador Todd, I'm eager to hear your vision for our relationship with Pakistan as the region goes through a potentially historic transformation with a peace process in Afghanistan. While we hope for forward progress with Pakistan, we must be clear-eyed by the significant challenges in the relationship, including the stubborn presence of terrorist groups in the country, tensions with India, treatment of religious minorities, and concern about Pakistan's growing nuclear stockpile. I remain deeply concerned about the prevalence of terrorist groups in the country and their impact on the region. Progress has been made, but Pakistan must take further action to address this insidious threat, especially Lashkar-e-Taiba. For too long, this group has been able to operate in different forms over the years. If Pakistan wants us to take its counterterrorism commitments seriously, it must completely eradicate this group. In addition, I have grown increasingly concerned about the plight of religious minorities in the country and call upon the Pakistani authorities to respect religious rights of all in the country. Finally, I do feel compelled to note that your nomination has received some unusual attention for a career nominee. We have received some strong recommendations of support, and at the same time, others have voiced significant opposition based on your performance as a senior management official at State. And while we're not in a position to get to the bottom of all of this at this time, I believe it's important for members of the committee to be aware. Mr. Ueland, my impression is that you're an intelligent person, but that alone is not a qualification to be the Undersecretary for Civilian Security, Democracy, and Human Rights. I'm sorry to say that Mr. Ueland's nomination appears to be another case of the Trump administration playing musical chairs with senior positions at the State Department. The President originally nominated Mr. Ueland to be Undersecretary for Management, but that nomination did not move forward because of concerns from then-Chairman Corker. In August of 2018, the President nominated Marshall Billingsley to be Undersecretary for Civilian Security, Democracy, and Human Rights, but that nomination failed due to Mr. Billingsley's support for torture. Now Mr. Billingsley is nominated for another Undersecretary position, and you, Mr. Ueland, have taken his place. There's an element of farce to this, but I, for one, am not amused. These are serious jobs that require subject matter expertise and experience. I recognize that you are well-versed on budget matters, including a short stint at the State Department, but this is not a budget job. This is about enhancing our own security by helping others build a more just, more humane, and more democratic societies. These very principles are under assault by autocratic leaders around the world, many of them coddled by President Trump. And as so many in this country and across the globe have witnessed with horror, the President is doing his best to trash them here at home, too. We have learned that the President expressed approval of concentration camps in Xinjiang. His administration has intentionally separated migrant children from their parents, denied individuals their right to seek asylum, downplayed human rights abuses in countries like North Korea to the Persian Gulf, coddled a dictator who ordered the brutal murder of journalist and U.S. resident Jamal Khashoggi, actively rolled back reproductive health care at home and abroad, verbally attacked the principle of freedom of the press, assaulted peaceful protesters exercising their First Amendment rights, and undermined the rule of law in countless ways. Sadly, the list goes on and on. So do you agree with these actions, Mr. Ueland? Is this your vision of America? If you're confirmed, you'll be defending these atrocities and advancing others, all indelible stains on our national character. Finally, I look forward to hearing from Mr. Pinto about how he plans to use his position to advocate for the United States and ensure the continuation of the critical work that the World Bank does across the world, especially at a time when COVID-19 has ravaged the globe. With that, Mr. Chairman, thank you.